Ooh!
That was pathetic.
I think I solved the problem with NRS. So, Tom Brady actually has been talking about how NRS can remedy the problem with WB's deadlines by not building a game from scratch every single time they release a game. By keeping previous mechanics and, or rather the mechanics at work, the ones that we actually like. Keeping previous mechanics, keeping all the normal buttons for everyone, keeping all the basic combos and strings, that can help cut down on development time and basically allow them to put more time and energy into things that matter. So like the bugs and the different game modes and just overall polish of the game. You can put more time into that if you're not completely going into, okay, what does Scorpion Standing 1 do? What does Scorpion Standing 2 do? Standing 3, Standing 4, back 1, back 2, back 3. Instead of having to go through all of that every single time you make a game, just use the buttons from the previous game. I feel like so many fighting game franchises do this. You have Tekken, you have Street Fighter. So for example, in Street Fighter, when you see Guile, you know Guile will have his upside down kick by pressing strong kick, or fierce kick. Fierce kick, strong kick, you know, heavy kick, there we go.
Your brother is wanted
Heavy
for
kick,
aiding
I swear I
self-rebellion.
play Street Fighter sometimes, I promise
My
you.
justice, not yours.
You know that Ryu is gonna have forward short into Hadouken combos. You know Ryu's gonna have the collarbone breaker. You know that these moves are gonna be relatively the same whenever you see these characters, but for Mortal Kombat, so for example, all these fat knee and all these attacks with his spear, this is brand new for Mortal Kombat 1, so they had to create all of these things from scratch, create all the strings, create all the combos, and by the time they're done, it's almost time to launch the game, so they don't have time to do the polish, make sure there's no bugs, make sure that the other game modes are fun, there's just no time, and then we get a product like this that is launched half finished. So, the solution is to keep the same buttons, but NetherRealm always wants to change things up. NetherRealm always wants to make something new, or to keep us on our toes, I guess. That's me trying to look at it through rose-colored glasses. And because of that, I think that there's a compromise that NetherRealm can do to give us the familiarity that other games have, but still be able to change things up. And it's actually something I think they've already done. It is the fighting style system. So bring back the fighting styles. In the last three 3D games, oh, he caught him with that. But in the last three 3D games, they had over 100, it's like 130, I think, different fighting styles, and just bring those back, and just input those fighting styles into the new system, and then once it's in there, or create new fighting styles. It doesn't have to be the old ones from the 3D games, but develop a couple of different fighting styles, and then just distribute them to each character, and then stick to those fighting styles. So as far as all the normal buttons go, and as far as all the strings go, you just input them into that style. So for example, but it also gives the flexibility of being able to change someone's fighting style in the next game. So I'm not suggesting that we go back to style change like how Armageddon and Deadly Alliance had, and Deception, but just, so for example, maybe Li Mei has Hapkido, and her idle stance does not have to represent Hapkido. It can be her regular idle stance, but all of her moves are the Hapkido moves. Her standing one is the Hapkido standing one. The back two is the Hapkido back two, so on and so forth. But then in the next game, maybe they don't want Lee Mei to have Hapkido. Maybe they want Scorpion to have Hapkido. But as a Mortal Kombat player, when you see, oh, Scorpion has Hapkido, I'm instantly familiar with what those buttons are, and I can pick up that character a lot easier. So for example, I remember in, I believe it was in Deception, Nightwolf had Taekwondo, and I remember I instantly picked him up because Sonya had Taekwondo in Deadly Alliance, and I already knew those buttons. So you still get that familiarity, but you can NetherRealm can change things up and be wacky if they want. I actually think it would be dope if it's kind of like a variation where maybe characters can choose from anywhere between 2 to 3 different fighting styles at the beginning of the match, not mid-match. You can choose in the beginning of the match, and I think it just adds an extra layer because maybe Hapkido with Melina will lead to different combos and different special move cancels than, I don't know, Taekwondo with Melina. And maybe that could give us a little bit more depth when it comes to Mortal Kombat in general. So I really think the fighting style and route is something that can be used to help with the development time of these games, but also add an extra layer of depth. Because imagine if this game imagine if you could choose a fighting style and then choose a cameo. I think that the games, or I think just the community in general, would not have figured out the game as quickly because you'd have a lot more stuff to explore and try out. So I really, really think the fighting style route is the way to go, but more than likely no one from NetherRealm is going to see this, and even if they did, I doubt that they would go in that direction again. But if I were at the head of NetherRealm, that's the route I would go. Is this me? This is me. Okay.
Geras, Melina, Scorpion, Motaro, Wuxi Academy.
I want the sorcerers eliminated.
That is not my role, Empress.
And no one cares what you want.
Round 1, fight.
Alright. Wow, it's still teleporting. I'm wired this time. Oh, that was I could have punished that. No! That is not what I wanted. Wow. That is ridiculous. Look at this. You gonna roll and wake up? No? Okay. Ooh! Got me, but why is the... why is the connection so bad? I normally never have this problem. Ooh! This is terrible. This is so bad. Are you guys seeing this teleporting going on? Like, oh, man. If you like that, you can acknowledge your Caribbean king by pressing the like button. You can also join the hundreds and hundreds of ShinsFit subscribers by hitting the subscribe button. If you like fighting game content, there's a video on screen now that you can click on. But until then, and most importantly of all, don't get beat up out there.